And it's worth something.
This is Blackwatch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Blackwatch. Let the show begin. I.S.U.P.K. 53rd Annual Lord Passover.
53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida.
It's going down.
You're here tonight to get a chance to be righteous enough to be worthy of God coming to save you and your
That's right.
It's going down. The Lord's 53rd Annual Passover.
When we say we no cowards, we stop that business. We no cowards up in here.
Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the IHG Hotel, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
Here's a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord.
Y'all see this?
Comes with all your dishes, pots, and sports knives.
I got like this. This is like an apartment and a hotel room. You know what I mean? This here right here is about to be holy ground. It's going to be holy ground. All our beautiful, wonderful brothers and sisters from all over the world. You understand? We can boast that now. Brothers and sisters coming not only from every state, but from all over the world. I heard the numbers this year is ridiculous. We had to buy out the whole hotel.
Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
My camp undefeated. You cannot debate. You just want the clout. We just want the grades. I'm just trying to get it.
This is going to be glorious.
We don't give a fuck, you can see it in our face. Got it out the mud, straight up out the base. Niggas don't stand a chance without being in the Lord's hands. Life full of lessons, look like I learned them all. Life full of lessons, but I'm back, I got it all. How long until the ball? How long until you call on the Lord? With a sword, I'm fighting with you against me. Work for the Lord, I so I get it a penny. None of the devil's in you, just look at who against you. And when the Lord with you, who can be against you? Know that I ain't Christian, just look at who I'm missing up. And when the Lord with you, who can be against you? Know that I ain't Christian, just look at who I'm missing up. I'm gonna take you to listen, know where I'm you to listen when you're part of the vision in your mind and the road.
fuck is going on? Why is this shit moving so fucking slow?
When it's part of your tradition and your mama in the room, bumping music full of Christian and your daddy not around, cause your mama's superstitious. I know she's super wicked, plus she's smoking like the kitchen, and it's all because of Nixon. Praying to the Lord like, please can you fix it? Childhood miss it, cousin in the kitchen, flour on the plate. Thinking to myself, why is flour on the plate? Next thing I know, that flour turned to gay. I was only 8, I was only 8. It was nothing I could say. But daddy, can you stay? Cause here it ain't safe. Look at all these black eyes, looking like a G5 of me. I'm looking like I came out of free scope of me. I'm looking like I came out of free scope of me. It's nothing left to do but to do what they do. I wanna sell crack just to be like you. Serving to the fiends on the new avenue. Put it in the pot, motherfucker, let it stew. Look at me now, I done turned into you. Following the way, but I knew it wasn't cool. Should've did more than the average nigga do. I am not the same, but I was raised like you. Mama on crack, yeah, my daddy was too. Look at what the government did to you. That's why I don't vote. They put us on dope. Now I'm in the street, I was selling fake dope. Christian church too, they just selling fake hope. Just remember this, what you reap is what you sow.
Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Blackwatch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Blackwatch. Let the show begin.
All right, shalom. Shalom, Israel. Top it up. You know what I mean? You're holding on the show for the hardest looking man in Israel, Commanding GEN.YAHANNA. All right. I don't know if General Haas will come in, with Captain Mashak. All right. I want to say shalom to Kahan. You know what I mean? Clap it up. Shalom, Yishkata. Captain Ash.
Shalom, Yishkata.
Kazak Ahmad and Marat. All right, we have a few more brothers not be coming in, but we're gonna get it started. I mean, we're gonna rock it out. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, what's the first story y'all wanna get into?
Hey, let's talk about the Aquafina and that one and the other one with the Chinese calling that brother nigger.
Okay.
And if I could, Captain, the reason is because these people, it's like, but it just when I read that story, I gotta be a little bit more blunt. Can I be a little bit more blunt? You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. Then they cry like a little bitch talking about Asian hate. That's all you saw everywhere. complaining about Asian hate this, Asian hate that, this and that and that. Meanwhile, the Asians still follow you around the stores, still making sure that you got to pay that last penny, still harangue sisters when they go up in their beauty salon, still do everything to us. But they cry at Asian hate, like poor Asians, as if the poor Asians ain't doing well in America.
Right.
They're doing so well in America and in their own countries. Like it's something astronomically ridiculous to be complaining about anything at this given point in time.
Right.
You know, our leadership ain't complaining, ain't doing nothing for us, ain't stepping it up, ain't caring about black people, Latinos, and Native Americans, ain't doing the goddamn thing. And yet, Asian hate. They got a bill passed so damn quick, it was like it made your head spin 4 times.
That's right.
Right.
This is incredible.
So, what was your first story?
The Aquafina one.
You know which number that is, sir?
It's like, so that's number 1, sir.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Kawaka, sir. Black Twitter drags Aquafina after NAACP Image Award nomination. Asian American actress Aquafina, known for performing in a black scent, has received backlash from social media after her NAACP Image Awards nomination. Crazy Rich Asians actress Aquafina is facing backlash on social media after being nominated for a NAACP Image Award, reported by Yahoo. Last year, she was facing harsh criticisms about her consistent use of a black scent. Now that black scent has won her a nomination and a ceremony intended to celebrate black people.
Well, Salakia, Kazak, did they not approve Martin Luther King's speech? But thanks to Martin Luther King, you have this going on in your community.
Yep.
Thanks to Martin Luther King. He's the one who came and said what? That he wants to join hand in hand with your oppressor. And now the civil rights, you know what I mean, all the way into what? Going into this whole America. You understand? Now you have an Asian getting an award from the NAACP pertaining to somewhat what to say, her black voice or voiceover or something.
Yeah, she's trying to sound black when she talks.
Right. You know what I mean? Would it ever be the other way around? No, it will not in a million years. It will never be the other way around. Ain't no Negro getting no Asian nomination, award.
Right.
You understand? None. But this is what goes on when you have poor leadership. You understand? The NAACP doesn't care about black people. You see who it cares about? Everybody else.
Yep.
Right? Can you want to go in on it, or you want to read a little more?
Come. If I could just say one thing, like you said earlier, it's just so important. You got to thank Dr. Martin Luther King for this. And a lot of you Negroes been running around using that term color or melanin and saying that now that Asians are people of color now.
Yep.
Imagine that. Now, we just did a story not too long ago of how the Asians just now want to speak out about racism in the Delta when it affects them in the Mississippi Delta. But they are able to capitalize off of you and your culture just by sounding like you and get an award for it.
Nice.
Dr. Pepper don't mess with me. You understand?
You broke up, Captain.
Well, sorry. What was the last thing y'all heard me say? I'm sorry.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper don't mess with Mr. Pibb. You understand? The original don't mess with the fake. So what you now have is a carbon copy or imitation of your culture. And listen, not only that, the Asians imitate the Latino culture. Do you know it's a big thing in that country where they imitating the low riders? All that them brothers out in California, they imitating all that Mexican culture, man.
That's that
Japanese car. They imitating that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that music, the jazz, they was learning from our jazz legends, John Coltrane and Miles Davis. They took that. So what you have here, they're able, like the scriptures say, that they gonna become the head and we gonna become the tail. They gonna come in among us and they gonna get very high and we gonna get very low. Why? Because we don't have a spiritual copyright or a cultural copyright on our culture. Everybody's able to monetize off of that. You know what I'm saying? Didn't we just do a story not too long ago? On there you go.
Yeah.
That's dress like act like essays. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Our Mexican brothers, man.
Oh, look at that, look at that.
Out there in Cali. So it's clear to see who the salt of the earth is.
Right.
Who everybody want to be like, but the NAACP, they ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Right, that's right.
They ought to be ashamed, and you know what? That's why Black Twitter is going in on them. They going on them just like the United Negro College Fund. They've been going in on them, and rightfully so. We told you that we are still in the stream. You can't cancel the truth.
Right. That's right.
So everything the I.S.U.P.K is saying, these millennials and this Generation X or Generation Z, whatever you want to call it, they're listening to the truth now. They're listening to I.S.U.P.K. That's right. Culture vultures.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to say right on that right there, Captain.
If I could too, Captain, let me just add on if I may. And it shows you how the heathen know how to work the civil rights movement. Right. Black people, we still haven't figured it out. We still got no clue. There's so much marching, but the heathen took that civil rights and ran with it. You know what I'm saying? And built off of it. You know what I'm saying? That all ties into the gentrification, not just here in the States, but if you go check out what's going on in Puerto Rico, they gentrifying that left and right. Like it's ridiculous. And who's in there? And people, the oppressors in there, like the town of Quebradilla, Vieques, the metropolitan area of San Juan and all that. You remember when we was out there, how nice and wonderful it's looking? Well, like unbeknownst to us, the prices are going up only because they're going in there. You know what I'm saying? I seen a documentary on how this one Italian that came from, he ran for some office over here and then ended up moving to Puerto Rico, bought a property that's now worth $4 million. $4 million. And on top of that, he paid no taxes. He what's they called? Capital gain taxes? Pay none whatsoever. So he's able to live comfortably and beautifully because that's what the civil rights was pushed for that.
Right.
Bottom line, you can't deny it. Like you took something that was for Black people, that's supposed to help Black people, and now you prosper off the thing of Black people. It's the same thing with the banking system. They had rules and regulations after the civil rights or in the civil rights where they was going to set aside some funds so that way Black people could take their own neighborhoods, right, and buy the properties or build new structures, put restaurants and all that, right? And verbally that was told to Black folks, Black leaders. But and behind the scenes, what they did was said that anybody, they put on paper anybody. So now you see the way things are today. You see the things the way they are today because they tell us one thing and operate in a different way, He could for sure take advantage of Black culture. You know what I'm saying? Right. When I first seen this Chinese woman, whatever she is, talk Black, I'm like, you like if you don't feel like out of strange with this heathen that's in your neighborhood. You see her when you grow up. You see these people when you grow up. They're the ones that selling fried chicken and French fry to you every single day. And you know what pisses me off about these people? Like here and in Puerto Rico, they don't give nothing back to the community. And on top of that, they still in our culture. You know what I'm saying?
Salaki. If I could, Marah, can you pull up the board that decides? Can you get the images of the people who the people who decide who gets the award? I'm sure there's a board of people that vote on this. Let's see if we can get. Let's see if we can get them up for the.
Salaki, correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure you want to see that? Come on.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Captain Kahan and Captain Ayatollah Salaki. Didn't what's that dude name? The silver, from the NBA. Didn't he get an NAACP award as well?
I know you're talking about the one that had the Clippers. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. What's his name?
Silver, right?
No, his I forgot his name.
Yeah, that one who said
Donald Sterling.
Sterling.
Yeah. So right. So here we got 2 strikes against the. I'm sorry, this might be the 3rd strike against the NAACP. They've been handing out.
Good.
They and listen. I heard that he got 2. They nominated him twice. Donald Sterling. So Mariah, if you can maybe get a picture if you can now a picture of the board and then probably put up that Donald Sterling picture where he received the NAACP award. That show you, man. This is why the Lord prohibits us for idol worship. He prohibits us from having idol worship because what? And a lot of things, I think it's called the NAACP Image Award.
Right.
Like this right here, man, once again, if you want to see how far we fell as black people, look at these stories that the I.S.U.P.K is bringing out, man. Right. Aquafina. Go ahead, sir. Salaki.
No, Salaki for cutting into here. Because the more and more you think about it, it's a slap in the face of black society, a black culture. Yep. You understand? Watch this. Watch this board right here. This is thanks to Martin Luther King. It's become a joke. I thought that what does NAACP stands for?
Thank you.
So, like sir, if I may, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
I thought we were thinking the same thing.
You understand?
Come on.
Right. So now you see, as Khan was saying, now you see what's going on, how they're redefining what the term colored. Right. You understand? Because you cannot tell me you're putting up this Asian woman and you expect our black sisters to what? Look up to this? To try what? Be Asian? Come on. I'm going to throw my computer down. Somebody got to say something quick.
If I could, just can I throw some more fire in there?
Come on.
And we see that article, Marah, about the brother that plays in the Chinese basketball league and how they treated him when he got off the bus.
Right. Yeah. That 2 of them go hand in hand.
Yep.
And if I could, it go to show you that, like I've been hearing this a lot now. They changed the definition of what colored mean. Now, Asian can be colored. Now, once again, we know every nation on the face of the earth has some kind of melanin or color, except one race, which is the so-called Esau, so-called white man. But every nation now falls under that umbrella. If all these other fabricated minorities can now come in, because at one time colored meant black people, right?
Yep.
Meaning you couldn't.
It's like you broke off.
You had to be subjugated. Now other races are now getting the benefits off of what your ancestors, quote unquote, marched and fought for, or died for. You know what I'm saying? This just goes to show you how you gotta watch this, man. That's why the Lord say, man, that you supposed to have righteous leadership, man. You understand? They came in and they didn't done that, and now they able to give everybody else gonna get the same thing with Eminem, same thing with these other rap artists. They gonna bring all the other people in of your culture, and they gonna say, you know what, they the best. And they gonna and what happened to you? You fall lower and lower and lower on the totem pole.
Right.
The women's rights, the gay rights, and what happened to your rights? You just go all the way down. You understand? Now gay is the new black. Now this is the new black. You know what I'm saying? When is black gonna be the new black?
Right.
You understand? We're gonna have to rewind the clock on this thing, man.
Right.
Salaki, Captain, I thought.
No, I was going to ask you, brother, to pull up the definition of person of color and read it. Because I can't matter or Marah.
Okay.
Person
of color.
So
like it, sir. A person of color. A person who is not white,
Yeah, there it goes.
You see that? Now we all know they're gonna show like do y'all see? That's why we call these people the devil. Devil means deceiver. Now if you rewind the clock back to 60s, colored would mean black people.
Right. Yeah.
We all know that. Right. But once again, they keep moving the goalposts. And your leaders, they are asleep at the wheel. They sit back like, okay, yeah. So, and that's why you ever look at all these civil rights leaders that's now transitioned, that's passing away, Harry Belafonte, all these different people, they don't want to deal when all these things happen with race. They don't want to talk about it as much. Why? Because the I.S.U.P.K, we in the stream now. We on the streets. And they don't want to deal with the fact that racism is still here. That they just changed the definition. So now anybody can be you. Right. But you.
Yep.
You understand?
And that's exactly what's going on. And that's why they start using minority. So now it the minority, the majority they're speaking about is black people, but minority could also include who? Your Asians, you understand? Your Africans, you understand? Like your oppressor uses terms. That's why this whole English language is, it's how to put it. It's tricky when comes out your oppressor mouth. You really have to listen and pay attention and know the context in which it's being said, or else you sign a contract to sign away your life. Yeah, you know what I mean. You're gonna have to do it. You know what I mean? Tiny Law for Commander GEN.YAHANNA, you come to class, you know what I mean, these GPK classes, you gonna understand. You know what I mean? You're gonna understand this. And one that's right in our face, that Planned Parenthood, it sounds good. It sounds like you planning for the future. It sounds like you know what I mean, you planning for a family, not knowing they're what? They're a bunch of murderers. Killing unborn babies. You understand? Supporting abortion. You understand? One of the number one problems in the black community, abortion. You understand? But they call it what? Planned Parenthood, to make it, you know what I mean, make it sound good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
So like if I may, and the Lord is showing our people the error of our ways. And the same people who literally just was who supported Martin Luther King's birthday and was toting his singing his praises are the same people who turn around now and are offended that the NAACP, which is an organization that backed Martin Luther King and that they stood in agreement with, those same people that supported Martin Luther King during his birthday this past Monday, they're the ones that are upset. The same way, the same ones who supported Lil Nas X were upset when they found out now that he's not really for the kids. It's like you supported him when it was okay for him to come in and infiltrate. Everybody knew. Okay, it's like when before he came out with that other song, people were already speculating that he was of the gay community.
Right.
And it was mainly Christians that were supporting him, that were pushing forward. Like, yeah, this isn't that. And then it came out that now he's taking over. The gay community now is infiltrating different things that that normal straight black people can't do. And those same people that supported him now are like, well, how is this able to happen? We should be able to have this representation and that representation, when it's like, okay, this is why we shouldn't support anybody else except righteous leadership. And that's in the I.S.U.P.K. because
that's right, bro.
Everything we put our hands to fails without the Lord, without righteous guidance and leadership. Right. And the Lord is showing us. The Lord is completely showing us, like, this is a slap in the face. The same way they gave Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, Woman of the Year. The same way they say Eminem is the best rapper. The same way they say Justin Timberlake is the soul, light-skinned soul. Like, they always find a way to give somebody else accolades for doing what we do. And it's at what point are we going to say, let's just stick to ourselves and keep our stuff amongst us,
Let's go to HBCUs and let's go back to our own schools and patronize our own businesses, because clearly everybody is profiting off of doing what niggas do, except niggas. So let's just do niggas amongst niggas and love niggas and have a nigga leader. You understand? A righteous man by the name of Commander GEN.YAHANNA who follows Christ, man.
That's right.
Yes, sir. And yes, sir. Yeah, and don't be shocked in the future if there's no more Black Lives Matter and no Colored Lives Matter. You understand? Right. Don't be shocked, because that's where it's going to go. And yes, you know, I mean, even though I think someone commented that what NAACP founder was a white person, even though it was founded by a white person, we all know that NAACP was founded to try and help Black people. You understand? Which, you know what I mean, with that was the impression they give.
Right.
But now we, you know what I mean, because of Commander GEN.YAHANNA and I.S.U.P.K, we see that most of these organizations that is founded to help Black people, they're not really about helping Black people. So Black Lives Matter ain't about helping Black people.
If I could, Captain, if I could.
Go ahead, Captain. I was
going to say, and what I'm about to say, Captain, because you got to remember this, but the NAACP was founded by a white man. If you go do the research. So based off of that, it was bound to fail anyway. It was bound to show its true colors. The National Coalition for the Advancement of, what is it?
The National Association
for the Advancement of Colored People. Yeah, you know, there's no advancement if you got crack in your neighborhood,
right?
And Planned Parenthood in your neighborhood, and churches everywhere,
right?
Christianity everywhere. There's no advancement. Like it's like we advance, like Black people advance in the negative zone. That's the advancement that Black people got these days. Had it not been for Commander GEN.YAHANNA, I.S.U.P.K, all the generals to shake things up. That's what we needed, something to shake things up. You know what I'm saying? It was necessary. Like the Lord for sure know how to put it to you where you need it. He put it in our faces. Like these news, Aquafina, the news story that we're about to read, we gotta tie that Steve Harvey story with it. But that's to show our people all the struggles you're going through in this place. And the scripture was so right. It's like we went to Egypt for help, and in return we got vain help from them. That scripture, you know what I'm talking about? The one in Isaiah.
I think it Isaiah 33:1. I think you're talking about.
You know, like we like all the marching, the black like nobody's shouting loud enough. You know what I'm saying? Like except the I.S.U.P.K. You know, when the Black Lives Matters went out and did what they did, you know, with George Floyd and all that, you would think from the gate they'd be like, nah, we're not letting any oppressors up in this. This is a Black thing. This is a Black thing. But instead, we know full well they had our oppressors marching in the Black Lives Matter movement. That was bound. That was written failure from the gate. That was written failure from the gate. And guess what? More and more until Christ comes, we're going to see much more of these things happening every single day. That's all I want to say at this moment.
Just to piggyback off what y'all been saying, like when we clashed with them about Barack Obama. The same people who love Martin Luther King, right? And remember, we brought this out of camp. A lot of times in DC and in Baltimore, in the thick of it. A lot of times it was people that was in those organizations, NAACP, that was walking downtown. A lot of times they have those conferences in DC. But back to what I was saying, when we asked them, what policies do you know that Barack Obama has for Black people? And they would get mad. At one time, General Thumb, he battled a cat out there in Baltimore, and the nigga stopped and said, he paused for a second. He didn't know what to say, and he just took a deep breath, and he said, he's Black, and walked off. I said, well, hold on, no, what?
That's ill.
He went to the race card, but didn't Dr. Martin Luther King say, judge a man not on the color of his skin, but on the content of his character?
That's right.
Didn't he say that? But you pick the president based on the color of his skin.
Right.
You see the hypocrisy when you deal with Christianity? This is why you don't want no parts of the UPK. Because like the Lord said, your own words are going to be used against you.
Yep.
These people pick, they pick race when it's convenient.
Yep.
When it can finance their organization, that's when they get on the board with about race. But when it's really about race all the time, they don't want to deal with it. And this just shows you right here that the people who they want us to look up to and the people who decide who gets the award among us. We just did a show not too long ago about how the Asian community protested Mercedes-Benz on marketing a vehicle with their people and the image of beauty, what they decided. And here you have it, man. Once again, I don't want to stay on. I'm gonna get off. I know you want to get to that other story, that basketball player, man. But I just had to say it, man.
Yeah,
the hypocrisy
it's going to tie
astronomical.
If I could, just one
it's going to
point.
tie in.
If I could, one last point, right? The other, there's like a flip side to it now. If you see these stories with Aquafina, well, but the story I'm about to read next, the things that we see on the media when it comes to stealing black culture and all that, then don't get mad at Latinos or Native Indians when they do something black too. Don't get mad at them. And the great thing is that they're not stealing the black culture, because that's them. You see the flavor with the Cholos, right? You see that? The Native Indians, you see that too.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad. And here's why I'm saying that. Because I be checking things out on TikTok, right? I be seeing it on Twitter. You know how many arguments that they have with black people getting mad at Latinos for stealing something black left and right? But you won't say nothing to Aquafina. You won't say nothing to these other heathens, but you'll get up all in Latinos' face. Now it's about time that you got to see black and brown must stick together like glue.
That's right. Damn right.
Must come together. Straight up and down, because now as you know full well how they stealing even Latino culture. I'm gonna tell you something. Right. I'm gonna ask you, brothers, are you guys amazed at the Cholos and seeing these Thailand people rocking Cholo style? Go back to the 90s. You're gonna see Japanese people singing salsa music. Germans singing salsa music. They were stealing Manasseh and Ephraim's music. And you go today, you hear reggaeton in Arabic language, in the Greek language.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like yo, it's ridiculous. Let's get to that story if you don't mind.
Boy.
So like Morocco. Oh, who got that story?
I got it. I can read it.
No, I got it, sir. The basketball one, right, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, come on, guys.
I have it up on the screen there already. That's good.
Come on. Video shows basketball fans in China yelling racial slurs at ex-NBA player Sonny Weems. A video captured fans yelling racial slurs at Sonny Weems, a 35-year-old ex-NBA player who now plays for the Guangdong Southern Tigers. And a clip that has since gone viral, Weems can be seen getting off the team bus with fans shouting the N-word and other vulgarities.
Kazak. Mara, play the video.
From the beginning.
Kind of one con.
That's that good Asian hospitality right there for you.
So like it sounds like they speaking good English right there, Captain.
Yeah.
It seems like they that's one word they know.
Yeah. Now if we want Black League, will we have to put up with all of this? You know what I mean? This disgrace, this type of disrespect, man. Come on, man.
If I could,
go ahead, it's like
they speaking.
So
that's the word nigga. That's one word they know in the Asian community, and they speak that good. They know what they're saying when they say that. You understand? But they come over here, they act like they don't know any English, but they know to call you a nigga. You understand?
Yep.
Now, when Yao Ming was over here, Black people treated Yao Ming with nothing but respect.
And
I mean, of course, they posterized his tall ass. They posterized him. You know what I'm saying? Dunked on him all day long.
Right.
But they treated him with nothing but respect. But you go to their country and they go to show you. And listen, I haven't heard Stephon Marbury saying, Stephon Marbury, you played over there in the Asian professional league. He should be saying something about this. A lot of the Asian, Jeremy Lin, his ass should be saying something about this. Once again, see, ain't nobody calling these professional athletes out about this type of behavior. But down there in Atlanta, when you get some Asian woman get killed, or Asian women get killed in a Asian hoe house, which is disguised as a massage parlor, then now the black mayor of Atlanta got Black kids out there saying stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate my Black ass.
That's right.
That's right.
You understand? Racism is in the game.
Yep.
Right.
Salakia.
Okay, if I could too, and I hope I don't know how deep this news article got out there like that, but I hope Black America see this, and then remember this when they go to Chinese restaurants, and remember this when they go to them nail salons, and remember this when they go to them beauty salons. Remember this,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But of course, because of Christianity, this is going to be given a pass. It's going to be laid down to rest. They're gonna be like, well, that's just a isolated incident. Like, we tend to forget these people are actually in our ghettos, in our community. They're not giving a goddamn thing back to the community.
Right.
If anything, they're parasitic. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're a nigga. That's why they're not gonna give you nothing.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And that's how they look at you. You know what I mean? You could imagine them small peons who you call fans saying that to brothers. You could imagine the rich Asians and them. How they think?
Yep.
They don't think anything less. They might even be worse than these fans. You understand? And now you have them in the community. Like, tell me give me the location of where a soul food restaurant is in the Asian community.
Right.
Tell me where it is.
Oh, they own those too.
You understand? Where it is. But
right.
Go ahead, Kahan.
And listen, it's the Black players that's making their league great.
Right.
That's the ironic part about it.
Right.
Everybody ain't come there to see a whole bunch of 2 foot, 3 foot Asians dribble a basketball. They coming to see the nigga jump from the free throw line.
Yep. Right.
That's right.
You understand? They coming there to see brothers. They going over there to make their country great. They the ones that Stephon Marbury won. He was like a 3 or 4 time champion over there. They team won the championship over there. A brother that left the NBA went over there and dominated. They got a statue built over there to him. But they go to show you that you are just the obstacle for them to make their country great.
Right.
And that's how you know. If I can get that one scripture, if I can, Kazakamai, where the Bible said that we will become the head, we will become the tail and not the head, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just go to show you that these all these other heathens, man, they eat off of us.
Yeah.
The Bible also said that we will become a byword and a proverb among these other nations.
Right.
And you seeing that right there in high definition right there. He getting off the bus, going to play for a Chinese a team to win the game for them, and the opposition fans call him a nigga. They didn't say it in Chinese.
Right.
They said it in English.
Yep.
Which lets you know they would carry the banner of racism even to the land of the quote unquote rising sun. This just goes to show you how much we are despised and ridiculed all over the world. We must be God's chosen people.
Right.
We must be the son of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We must be.
Right.
That's right.
There's no denying that. Go ahead, my brother, if you can.
Kawakan. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 13. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them.
You understand? If we did everything God said to do in this Bible, then we would be the head. We would be on top.
Right.
You understand? Right. They wouldn't dare say what they saying to us now. Right. But let's look at the flip side. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them.
You see that? When you go after other gods and serve other gods, a lot of you into Buddhism, and you still getting called a nigga by a bald-headed monk that's eating a bowl of rice under a waterfall. You still getting called a nigga, serving they gods. You understand? You ain't supposed to be serving they gods. Right. Commander GEN.YAHANNA, I say it all the time. Where is the nigga God?
Right.
That's right.
You understand? You serving these gods and you becoming a second-class citizen. Why? Because you serving a god of another nation. And if you serve a god of another nation, you're going to be subjugated to that people.
Right.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Come. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments. And
if I could, how do you hearken to the voice of the Lord? You listening to his prophets.
Right.
Yours truly, the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. That's how you hearken to the voice of the Lord.
Right.
The Lord has set up in the I.S.U.P.K. prophets to teach you and to guide you in the right way, giving you the administration of the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
Which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
You understand? No matter where we in the cities or the suburbs, or you in China, these curses gonna follow you, man.
Right.
You understand? Now, are we telling people to go out there and hurt Chinese? No, you supposed to turn back to your God. God gonna deal with them. You see where the coronavirus started at?
That's right.
Yeah.
The Chinese virus, the Lord gonna deal with them. All you got to do is turn back to your God, man. You understand? So I just wanted to bring that out, man. We have become the tail and not the head. Why? Because we disobey. These people ain't stronger than us.
Right.
And they ain't smarter than us.
Right.
Don't think them Chinese are smarter than you. They ain't stronger than you. They ain't smarter than you. They don't look better than you. Right. You got everything going for you, except one thing. Your God is.
That's right.
Your vertical leap, your 3-point, it cancels all that out when your God is against you. Another nation can conquer you and make mockery of you.
Right.
When your God is not God is not with you. Salaki, Captain.
That's right. Now you good. That's all right, Kahan. Kazak, give me Zephaniah 2:9. You understand? What you're saying is so true, Kahan. You understand? Like, and now think about it this way also too, right? Where did the Asian learn to call black people nigger? From your oppressor, the number one oppressor on the earth. You understand? Which lets you know that they all confederate against us, as the Bible say. All of them. You understand? We make our oppressor rich. We make these Asians rich. You understand? We go across there and fill the arenas because trust me, ain't nobody coming to see no Asian dunk.
Right.
You understand? Ain't nobody coming there to see no Asian dunk. That ring gonna have to be what? 5 foot? You understand? Ain't nobody coming there to see no Asian dunk.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like we bring, you know what I mean, everything, salt, everything. You know what I mean? We rap, we music, everything, sports, entertainment, everything. And these bastards gonna turn around and disrespect us like that.
Right.
We should separate from them as the I.S.U.P.K been teaching us. You understand? Under command of GEN.YAHANNA. Been teaching us to separate from them.
Right.
You know what I mean? In New York, you be seeing them Asians break dancing. Where they learn all that from?
Yep.
Exactly.
Where they learn all of that from? You understand? From us.
Right.
And that's why the Lord want to deal with them the way he says in this Bible here. Read Zephaniah 2:9 for me.
Come on. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 9. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely.
The God of who?
The God of Israel.
Surely.
Surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah. Even
we're gonna be the niggas.
Right.
We're gonna be the niggas. But this is what our God is going to do to you.
Right.
Read.
Even the breeding of nettles and salt pits and a perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall
the Lord is going to destroy these Asians. He is going to destroy them. He's going to make them desolate. So you enjoy the Yeti rat, the Yeti rabbit. You go and enjoy it. You go bust up fireworks. You go enjoy it.
Right.
But the Lord is going to make China, Japan, all your Moab and Ammon. He is going to destroy you all. So call us niggas. We're going to be the niggas.
Yep.
You understand? We're going to be them. Read on.
And the residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them.
So go ahead. I'm gonna have me in Christ's kingdom, Lord will. I'm gonna have me some Asians.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'll make the basketball rim the height for you to dunk, and you will entertain me. I'll pay 3 feet.
Right.
No, you go dunk. Right. Show me. You understand? Entertain me. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
I want to say it, but you know, we're on YouTube, so I can't be disrespectful to the Asian community. You know what I mean? But I hope you could see me, right?
Right. That's right. That's right. 2020 vision.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mara.
If I may, so they better do that, or they're gonna suffer the consequences that got to come with it. They love to put their hands on us. Wait till we start putting our hands on them in that kingdom for disobeying them orders, for not producing what they supposed to produce. You know what I mean? I forget I was just talking to, but they got a ton of sweatshops. That might just be their job. You know what I mean? They might have to keep that for all eternity.
I'm telling you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we entertaining them, that's not enough. They have to disrespect us.
Right.
That ain't enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the Lord for sure gonna look out for us, man. And read verse 10.
Come on, sir. Verse 10. This shall they have for their pride.
This shall they have for their what?
For their pride.
For their pride.
Right.
You understand? They are a bunch of prideful Asians. You understand?
Right.
And the Lord said, this is what they're going to have. This desolation that he's bringing, this is what they're going to have for their pride.
Right.
So go on. You understand? And you black brothers, you all should think twice about going across there in China to play, man. You know what I mean? Think twice. You know what I mean? To hell with them so-called Asian, man. We're already under oppression. Now you go to another oppressor that even might treat you worse than the so-called oppressor here.
Right.
That's right.
Come on. Think twice, man. Let them Asian play the basketball. Boring basketball.
Think twice about marrying them Asian women. You got a lot of you brothers out there. You got they got a whole thing over there that it's a lot of brothers over there that had children with them with the Moabites, man. Yep. They children are being ostracized over there in China, man. I mean, they like I said, they are Israel. The brothers didn't have kids with them over there, but look how their children are being treated in China and in the Philippines, man. You understand? So we ain't supposed to be over there mixing and mingling with them. We supposed to be having our own people, man, dealing with our own women, because rest assured, that's how they feel about you, Salaki.
Yeah, no, you're right. You know what I mean, and that's why we need to come together. So brothers like these don't have to go sell the soul across there in China, man. You know what I mean? Like you being called a nigger, and you can see the brother walking off, and he want to say something, but he can't because you look around, ain't no nigger around but you. So what you gonna do? You know what I mean? You can't say jack squat. You know what I mean? At least across here, you know what I mean? Your brothers say, you know what I mean, to say something, you know what I mean, defend you in some type of way, but across there, no, it's ridiculous.
Right.
You have any more on the story?
Kawaka, sir.
Come on.
Kawaka, sir. In a clip that has since gone viral, Weems can be seen getting off the team bus with fans shouting the N-word and other vulgarities. The incident happened last Thursday following a game between the Southern Tigers and the Liaoning Flying Leopards. During the game, Weems and Chinese player Han DeJong got into an altercation that resulted in both of them getting ejected from the game. The Chinese Basketball Association.
Hold on, Kazak. The brother got ejected from the game?
Sir, him and the Chinese player.
You see what I'm saying? Like the brother was pissed off playing that game.
Right.
Pissed off. You know what I mean? He should have never played that game. He should have sit out. You understand? He should have protest. You know what I mean? Should never play that game. Should have been like, nah, that's it. If you want to do nothing about this league, nah, I'm done. I'm on a plane. I'm going back.
If I could, Captain, I thought, and guess who you didn't hear from? You didn't hear the NAACP make a statement about this, did you?
Right.
You didn't hear the NAACP make a statement about this, did you?
Right.
You didn't hear none of your leaders make a public statement to the Chinese embassy about how our people are being treated over there.
Right.
But you are hearing the UPK sound no alarm.
That's right.
This is why we tell you, brothers and sisters, to pay your tithes, send your donations here.
That's right.
Finance this war chest, this treasury, this storehouse for your people. Because the NAACP, they can't see this because they're too busy giving Aquafina an award for sounding like you.
Right.
I wonder how she would sound if she said the word nigger.
Right.
Black, sounding black.
Right.
Would you like that? Maybe if she said, maybe if she just sound like you and said the word nigger, maybe that'd be okay.
Right.
I can only imagine. Some of you Negroes would put us back on slavery to say that we ended unemployment.
Right.
I really do believe that.
Oh man, you're so right. Sad to see.
If I may, sir.
So right,
slavery. And we got a zero unemployment. Some of you niggas would do that. Salaki, Captain. I'm Salaki.
No, you good. Mariah, you wanted to say something?
Carlo Macan, I just wanted to add on to what Captain Kahan said. If I may, maybe she just had a little bit of tint to her skin. She can get away with the nigger. Like maybe you know they love to hold that dark skin. You got a little bit of tint to you, you get away with anything. You married to a black man, you get away with anything. You married to a black woman, you get away with anything. You grew up with black people. You could just say nigga all you want to say. You know what I mean? You know you got black friends. Now you can say nigga whenever you feel like it.
Right.
Now, you got the tiniest tan, you can say nigga. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
That if I could, Mariah, what you saying is so right. It's monumental, which is why we always say people are giving out. Some of our people are giving out passes that they're not authorized to give out.
Right.
Yeah. This is why in a nation you need a hierarchy. What Command and GEN.YAHANNA has provided us in this nation is a people of our people who are sellouts are giving out passes, racial passes they haven't been authorized to give out. You don't get to decide who can dictate this in our culture, man. That's why you have leadership. But the NAACP, they'll never say nothing about this. They're too busy giving out an award while this is happening simultaneously in real time.
Boy, it's ridiculous. Any more on that? Any more on that story, Kazak?
It's a little bit more, sir. If you want to get it, but pretty much that's it, sir.
Okay, then you all want to switch. Go to the transgender swimmers.
Come. And if we can go to that one, and if we can get the one after that one with the gay man killing his lover over a video game. There's one of them that I said Marah. We can go right in that. That'll tie right into that. And he's a famous TikToker. Come, so I'm down with it, sir.
All right.
Go ahead, sir.
When they get you can read it.
Come on, sir.
Salaki, what number is it, sir? Because I just got the links to them. I don't know, like they don't have titles.
So, Salaki, sir, it's 10, sir.
The water.
Come on, sir. USA Swimming releases statement on transgender athlete policy. U.S. Swimming, the national governing body for the sport that oversees more than 360,000 members, released a statement Thursday on its transgender athlete policy that aimed to strike a balance between inclusivity and competitive equity. The statement was posted on Instagram, and the organization said it is doing its best to learn and educate ourselves on the appropriate balance in this space. The organization said it has already implemented inclusion procedures that allow non-elite athletes to compete in a category that is consistent with their gender identity. The rules come into the national spotlight after the emergence of Penn's Leah Thomas. She started breaking Ivy League records with national records in the crosshairs. She was on the men's team for her first 3 years, but started on the Quakers women's team this season after transitioning.
That's something real confusing. She was on the men's team. You trying to confuse me?
Yeah. And you see, they
come on.
They keep the propaganda going by just referring to him as a she.
Yeah,
she this, she that, she that. You know,
right?
Because in America they use I forget what they call it, but
pronouns.
Pronouns. So now at your slavery, they're gonna have some meeting, whatever you want to call it, where they're gonna teach you about these pronouns,
right?
Which is Sodom and Gomorrah type stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this story here is just to show you, that the place that we live in, according to the Bible, is spiritually Sodom,
right?
You understand? And Gomorrah. Like you have to sit down and come up with rules on transgender participating in sports. Like it's crazy,
right?
It's totally crazy. You understand? You could have Bruce. What was her name? Kyle.
Caitlyn.
What's her name? Caitlyn. Yeah, you could have Caitlyn Jenner,
right?
Being a transgender and being on a magazine. What was the magazine?
I believe it was Time, sir.
Say that one more time.
I believe it was Time magazine, sir.
All right, Times magazine.
For woman of the year. For woman of the year.
Woman of the year.
Yep, come.
Woman of the year. And now he is out campaigning against transgender competing as women in sports. It's confusing.
Right.
You understand? Which they know, you know what I mean? The Lord ain't confusing. The Lord made what? A man, he made he, and he made a what? A she.
Right.
That's right.
Ain't nothing in between. You know, and he didn't tell you go out there and, you know what I mean, if you feel like a he, like a she, then you could transition into being a I'm about to show up right now.
Look, if I could, Captain Nathop, I mean, that whole word transition, I mean, it like once again, these words they use, the coded language, transition. Like, can I get that one? Can I get one scripture if I can, Captain Nathop?
Yeah, come on.
Can I get the scripture?
They need to hear this, man.
What the scripture said, the turning of things should be turning the thing upside down. Because this is how you know, brothers and sisters, that we in the last days, that we in the end times.
Right.
The generals have prophesied this for years and told our people that these days was coming. And now you're seeing it. You didn't believe. I remember that. I remember those types of things where I just want to get in touch with my feminine side. It started out as that. And then it started to transition to more. That demon, see, the more you agree with that demon, the more it started to magnify itself.
Right.
And increase. And you cannot agree with a demon and think it's going to stop. So now they all the way saying that they transition into a man and so forth.
Right.
Why would you have to transition if you was born that way? Somebody talk to us tonight.
Right.
We want to talk about confusion. Let's have a real conversation with the LGBTQI mafia. The LGBTQI minus mafia. They don't want to deal with this. I thought you said you was born that way. So why do you have to transition now?
Right.
So which one is it? You don't even know which one is it. If you can get that scripture, my brother.
Come on, sir. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
You understand what the scriptures say? The scriptures say your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Meaning it's gonna come a time when you're gonna think the way things are the way they're supposed to be, when it's not.
Right.
Everything in this society is backwards. You understand? The people who are in charge are supposed to be on the bottom, and the people that's on the bottom, who are the Lord's chosen people, are supposed to be in rulership.
That's right.
Are supposed to be in governorship over these land and provinces and states.
That's right.
Over the earth under Yahweh Shah Mashiach, our King, the one you call Jesus Christ, a black man. Right. That is how it's supposed to be, but that's not how it is now. And they got these kids thinking that this is how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You damn near 2 generations in now with this. That they talk about this is a progressive movement. Every time I hear that word progressive, my antennas go up.
Yep.
Because it's always progressing you further from God's plan.
Right.
From what God said. You cannot socially engineer society.
It's like it
You look at any empire in this Bible, everyone that tried to go against God, what God said, or socially engineer society outside what God said, it backfired.
Right.
It backfired every time.
Right.
You're gonna think that God made it this way. That the potter, because God is the potter and you the clay.
Right.
You're gonna think God made it this way. Nah, he didn't make it this way. Like Captain Nathak said, that this is confusion. Man has made it this way. Keep going.
For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not?
Now, how are you being a human being who God created? You didn't create yourself. How are you going to say God, well, God made a mistake? Right. A lot of you transgenders love to say that till we start cutting you in the Bible. Then you're going to say you was born this way. I remember that. I remember they said, well, God made a mistake. Then we cut him in the Bible. And then, oh, now I'm born. The demon kept running. Oh, I'm born this way now. Now you back to transitioning. Which one is it? You going against God now. Go ahead.
Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Now, how you gonna look at a frame that the person that framed it is the creator?
Right.
And how can the frame speak to the person that framed it and say he ain't have no understanding when he made me?
Right.
Right.
God ain't the author of confusion, like Captain Doc said.
Right.
He's not the author of confusion. You understand? You are confused because you have went into a demonic, unclean lifestyle, a perverted lifestyle. And to even call it a lifestyle is not even right, because there's only one way to live in the Bible. Everything else is death. There's only one way to life. You show me in the Bible where the Bible says there's an alternative lifestyle in the Bible. Show it to me. God said, I set before you life and death. Choose life. That's what he said.
Right.
He didn't say I set life, an alternative lifestyle, and then death. It's only two choices. You're going to live or you're going to die. Now, which one you going to choose? Death give you options. But life is only one way.
Yeah.
Any more? I'm sorry. Any more than my brother?
That's it, sir. That's it.
Okay. The water, Captain.
Nah, you good, Con. What you're saying is so heavy too, because really and truly, just think about it this way. Now, the article was saying that what? He was on the men's team before, right?
Yep.
No. More than likely, he was losing.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm going to go be a woman and do what? And now he winning. He breaking records.
Yep.
That's right.
That's America right there in a nutshell for you. You understand? That's America. He's in the pursuit of what? The American dream right there. You understand? Right. Now, you're saying that the pronoun you're using for this person is a she. So why the hell you had to make new rules now? If you already give the green light for somebody to make that transition from a man to a woman, and you're saying you're using all the pronouns associated with a woman, then why the hell now you're going to have to come and make policies or procedure now for a sport in which they have to participate? Why do you have to do it? You understand? You shouldn't have to do it. You know what I mean? You already created a sinful society. Just like go on. You know what I mean? Now the woman crying because this man, this she that is full of testosterone, swimming and winning all the records, breaking all the records that woman said. Now you're crying. Now don't cry. Don't cry now. And you want to make policies that this person could go into a female's bathroom and use it because he transitioned into a female or she transitioned into a female. So don't try to, you know what I mean, don't try to run from it now. Right. Just let it be. You know what I mean?
That's right.
My daughter might never play no sports with these, you know what I mean, with these she pronouns.
Right.
You know what I mean? If that's the case.
Right.
Let all of them go, you know what I mean? Run, swim, jump, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's gonna be, you know what I mean? It's men playing against men.
Right.
Right.
It's a lot too. I don't know if you recall some years ago. You what's the transgender who fought in the UFC? What's his name? Anybody remember?
I remember it was like Fox or something. Some Fox.
Oh man, I forget.
It was
he was giving all kind of concussions to the way. It was like domestic violence. It was really like a celebrated form of domestic violence.
Yep. And the crazy thing, these things, right, in America are inspirational stories for those people who want to walk down that path.
Right.
So, we know because of the truth, certain inspirations are deadly to Black and Hispanics and Native Indians.
Right.
Certain inspirations we should not even be aspiring to be on that team.
Right.
Because it hurts us dearly. It hurts us because it's the wrong way to go. The Lord even told us The Lord even told us, if you can get it, Isaiah, if you don't mind, Captain. Isaiah 5:21. Excuse me, Isaiah 5:20. Right, certain of those things that might be, like mainstream, like popular in America, is not good for blacks and Hispanics, Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the photo right there, 5:20.
Right.
Isaiah.
The name of Fallon Fox, sir.
Fallon Fox.
Yeah, those are the transgender.
Look at that.
Come. Go ahead, read it.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good.
See that? That's America. America look at that type of lifestyle as something good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Something comfortable that you can even put it in the cartoons so that way your kids can, see these things and think, wow, on the TikTok, you hear a lot of these young kids these days, they applaud that lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Because they look at they don't see it's an evil thing. They see it like, well, they're being discriminated just like how they discriminate black people, just like how they discriminate this community. You know what I'm saying? So I fear their pain. You know what I'm saying? But God said, woe unto them that call evil good. And that definitely is an evil lifestyle.
Right.
That's a lifestyle that's so dangerous, it's ridiculous.
Right.
Keep going.
And good, evil.
And good, evil. Like what we say in the I.S.U.P.K, what Commander GEN.YAHANNA has taught us is good. Because why? It's in the scriptures. Everything we teach is in the scriptures.
Right.
Everything benefits that's in the Bible. Everything benefits blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians.
Right.
It's good, but the world looks at it as evil. Like it's evil to say that it's wrong to be a homosexual. It's wrong if you're a man wearing a female's clothing. If you're a transgender and so on. The world frowns on what is good.
Yep.
Keep going.
That put darkness for light.
Right? This is America. America put darkness for light. Like they take sin and make it popular.
Right.
Like it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like alive with pleasure. If you're into smoking cigarettes, if you're into smoking weed.
Right.
Like there's even a story. I don't know if you can bring it out later on, Captain, about this brother who's in Louisiana running for a Senate seat. Like this is a perfect example for making darkness into light. Where even weed is recreational. Once upon a time it was frowned upon, but now it's recreational. Like it has this and that benefit. When we know you keep doing it, you're gonna end up being an addict. You're gonna end up losing your family. You're gonna end up in tons of trouble. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna end up losing life. Go ahead.
And light for darkness.
And once again, we bring this back into the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding GEN.YAHANNA. What we teaching here is light for our people. But the light, they look at it as once again as a like, I ain't trying to hear that. You niggas is wrong for saying that. XYZ. I'm gonna just leave it there so we can continue. But y'all get the gist of it. America make everything that's evil wonderful and popular.
Right.
And it's all against the Most High.
Right.
So like
I really go ahead.
So like if I may, just to piggyback on what Captain Osh was saying, and it was a real heavy precept. Those same devils, women who are now crying and complaining because they'll never have a shot at getting a medal or a trophy, were the same ones who walked by us on every street corner where we had camp and said we were racist, we were bigots, we're a hate group. And now that he is competing and taking all the trophies, now you feel that this is wrong. You feel this is an injustice. This shouldn't happen. Well, we were telling you that this was wrong and you said it was good. And now you see that this Bible is real. You understand?
Damn right.
Priests and prophets are going to prove to you that these words are real. And I hope you never see a medal. I hope they all of them flood all the female sports, and then you don't see no medal, and you on the sidelines, because that's what you wanted. That's what you advocated for, and you called us wrong for saying it was wrong, like the Bible says.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Like why cry now to have a why not cry to have a separate gender?
Right.
You understand? Why cry now? You understand? The Lord made two gender, male and female, and that's it. You understand? A woman cannot be a man, and a man cannot be a woman. I don't care how much tablets you take, how much medication you take to try and suppress your testosterone, to try and suppress or estrogen. I don't care how much tablets you take. Right. What the Lord make you is what you are, and that's it. You can't get around it. You understand? Sports shouldn't have to show you that. You understand? Right. Sports shouldn't have to show you that. The Bible already have it there for us. That's right. It's there. Right. But it's because of your black leaders, because of your Christian pastor, you look at the Bible as just being a storybook. There ain't no storybook, man. It's a manual for life. You understand? That's right.
So
go ahead.
If I could, and you HBCUs, you better take note.
That's right.
You better take note while you getting all those remember, we warned you. The UPK didn't prophesied it. Now you getting all those star athletes. You better get ready for the LGBTQ onslaught that's coming, because they're gonna want to destroy. They see the quote unquote transitioning of you going from white schools to black schools.
Right.
You haven't said nothing about the critical race theory in your curriculum, and you haven't said nothing about all this other stuff. But best believe it's coming. Right. Don't think it's not coming. You understand? And you, in order to resist it, you better be getting on the phone with Commander General Yohanna. Just straight like that. Otherwise, you're gonna cave in and you're gonna ruin and destroy everything that you're trying to build.
Right.
It's coming. So like
Asha was gonna say something.
No, I was just thinking right here, like we see these two athletes, right? And what made me think this was because when I seen the dude, or shall I say with the correct pronoun, she need the sister, right, and dropped her, right? But no women's lib group came up and said, "Oh, that's women abuse." Nobody came up and said that, knowing full well that that's a man. Look at it. Yeah. Look at that on the screen. Come on, now. You can see the build. You can see it. It's a man. It's a man.
Right.
Right.
And nobody come up against that.
Hey, look. If a man has a vendetta, if he got a vendetta against women, all he got to say, you know, I can't beat them how I want to beat them in public. So I'll just join the UFC and just beat women up all day.
There you go.
What's that? Come on, man.
Yep.
Yikes.
Be able to join the UFC and beat women and punch women all day long and give them. Fallon Fox, that dude fractured a woman's face.
Right.
I think one of them fights, he fractured the woman's face so bad she had to get reconstructive surgery.
Yep.
If I could too, you see, and that's why I was bringing out the inspirational part, because here you got this guy dressed like a woman. What's to say any guy who's twisted up in the head, beat up on his wife, but then dressed up as a woman just to cover up and say, "No, I'm a woman too. It's two women fighting."
Exactly.
You know.
Hey, but we hate women though. Yeah. But the UPK, we hate women.
Yep.
Right.
But we the only ones speaking out against this. Your pastor's not speaking out against this. Yep. Your pastors hate women more than we do.
Right.
Yes.
If that's the case, if you're gonna say we hate black, we love our women, which is why we speak out against this. Because this right here is not the way to live, man. This is a backwards way, man. Yeah. So like, I'm all for the cap.
Yeah, if you want to go into the other story.
Yeah, can we get the one with the man choked the guy out, Marah? You got that story?
Oh God, sorry.
If you can get that story, brother, this going right into the LGBTQI plus or minus, whatever they want to call themselves, going into their community. And remember, we told you, the UPK told you that the LGBTQI movement or community has the highest rate of domestic violence in the United States of America. We said that. We said that the only reason the statistics don't really bring it out is because when they go to the hospital or to the emergency ward, they just say it was two men got into a fight, but they never say that the two men were lovers or the two women were partners. But here is an example of more and more of this stuff coming out. We told you there is no pot of gold at the end of that rainbow, and somebody needs to get canceled tonight.
Right.
The LGBTQI community, you got to own this tonight.
Good night.
It's like if I could,
go ahead.
I'll do real quick. Just we're still touching on deviancies, right? Later on, if everybody could, there's this documentary on Netflix, and it goes into this serial killer back in the 70s in Times Square, and everybody knows those of us from the New York area back in those days. Times Square was like one of the worst areas to be in the country because it had an influx of sexual deviancies. You know, there's this man, I don't know if he's still alive, but his name was Martin Holder. And Martin Holder was the one that pioneered those peep shows and those porno theaters in Times Square. It was so much so, a lot of the shops that were around were illegal and all kinds of deviancies was happening. And in the midst of all this, what it did, once again, wicked inspiration, and invited predators in to the point that it goes into the story about one predator that lived across the river or Hudson River would come into Times Square, grab themselves a few prostitutes, and do all kinds of evil things to them, including chopping their head off, chopping their arms out, turning them on fire. And it turns out, they finally arrested the guy. Turns out he'd been doing that so long. He said he admitted to killing about 100 of them, but they only know about 9 of them. Damn. You see, that's the world we're living in. I just want to make that point, so that way, you could, if you want to see, if you still haven't, if anybody want to go check it out, you know what I'm saying? I just saw that yesterday. It was like, I was a kid at the time, so now to see that as an adult, it makes you say like, whoa,
Calm.
Right. Mariah, you had the story? You're going to
Cut on Khan, sir. Cut on Khan, sir.
Go ahead. Oh, it's a video
that covers cases, events, and incidents that are unfolding in front of the world to see. Be aware that much of the information is fluid, as these cases are still developing and are not quite ready for a full feature on an episode of Case Files. With us offline for a couple of days, but this news is just too important not to cover. Coming out of Michigan, it's been reported that famous influencer and social media star Rory Teasley, best known for his TikTok and Instagram handles of 2Pump4TV, has been murdered. At this time, reports from the area have alleged that he was murdered by his boyfriend of 10 years. The 28-year-old TikTok star was apparently choked to death after the pair got into a heated argument over the video game Overwatch. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard remarked on the matter that we see far too often across the country these days when people resort to violence over trivial and insignificant disagreements. There is never a reason where violence is acceptable over a disagreement. Those who do so will be held accountable.
And Salakia, Khan, if I could say something too, it seems as if this brother here choked that other brother out. Had nothing to do with the video game. It has to do with that pain that he more than likely holding for years.
That's right.
You snuffed that brother life out over a video game. No. And this is what we've been talking about. You know what I mean? Like the real issues that's plaguing our community, that whole molestation. You know what I mean? Brothers and sisters need to come out and scream and cry and tell.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And not hold it inside and date a man for what, 10 years? No. And then choke him out over a video game? No, that's because we ain't you know what I mean, taking care of the real issue. And that's that molestation that's taking place. That rape at that young age by that preacher or by your uncle. You understand? We ain't taking care of that. You know what I mean? We ain't really getting the right justice for it. Right. So now when it comes 10 years after, it's going to seem as if you choke a man over a video game. when it's more than that. Go ahead, Con.
Right.
You was gonna say something?
Con, can I get the scripture where it said that man should not lie with mankind?
Come on.
See, the thing is, once again, the LGBTQI community, like they want to try to sweep this under the rug real quick to say it's just an act of senseless violence.
Right.
Now, if a straight man did that to another gay man, you would call it a hate crime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But tonight, we want to call it a love crime.
Right.
This is a love crime in the LGBTQI community. You can call it that. Because if a straight man did it, I'm sorry. If a straight man did it, you would say it was a hate crime. But once again, this right here shows you what goes on in the LGBTQI community. Oh, so often, what happened in New York when that you understand? And look at this is, I guess this is the brother he choked. You understand? This is the cat he choked. He's a famous TikToker, and he ended up choking him. You know what I'm saying? And that's a horrible way to go, man, for somebody to strangle you.
Right.
You understand? Two brothers lost in that lifestyle, lost in that so-called quote unquote gay lifestyle, and they end up murdering him, man. Let's get that scripture, my brother.
Kawaka. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
Both of them have committed what?
An abomination.
Not marriage, not love. You
an
understand?
Abomination.
Well, man. Anything that the Lord does not sanction is never gonna end well. It don't matter how you dress it up. You can put whatever costume you want to put on.
Right.
It ain't gonna change the end result of what the Lord said the equation was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna change that, man.
Right.
Like if a man lie with another man as he lied with a woman, which is the natural order, I might add, of how things are supposed to be, then guess what? You going against God. God considers it an abomination. Go ahead.
Kawakan. They shall surely be put to death.
Go ahead.
Their blood shall be upon them.
Their blood should be upon who?
Upon them.
Meaning their blood is upon them.
Right.
You understand? HIV is a blood-borne disease. And I raise even one more. That their life is going to be because that they involved in their own destruction.
Right.
It wasn't a heterosexual man that killed him. It was the man that he laid with for 10 years, quote unquote.
Right.
Somebody from the rainbow.
Right.
Somebody, one of his own. So guess what? That blood is upon them. So who do you blame, gay community, the LGBTQI community? Who do you blame for this? You can't blame anyone else. You have to look in the mirror.
That's right.
And you can't face the mirror because you keep putting on different costumes and keep transitioning.
Right.
Right.
It's a demon. Because you can't live with yourself. You can't even identify who the hell you are anymore because that demon has manipulated you so much. And yet you're going to say you in love with somebody. You don't love your damn self.
Right.
Yep.
You don't love yourself and you don't love God. But your pastors, you know who we blame for this? The Christian church.
That's right.
Yep.
The Christian church is to blame for this. Your pastors and your religious leaders, you let this go on. This was facilitated in the Christian church. This was facilitated, man. And now you got two brothers' lives who were destroyed because they believed in a false identity, a false doctrine.
Yep.
Following after the so-called oppressor. You understand? This is a sad, sad story, man. But there's more. There's more to come. There's many other stories just like this that you try to sweep under the rug, but now it's coming out.
Right.
When is the LGBTQI community gonna cancel domestic violence in their community? Right. When you gonna do that? Since you're trying to cancel Dave Chappelle, you want to cancel the truth, But when these stories come out, you get real quiet.
Right.
You want everybody to be in solidarity with. LGBTQI community is a major issue against God, and God does not agree with it, and neither will we. Salaki.
That's right.
If I could, just real quick, I'm going to say this short, but that story with Job, with what is it, with Lot, right? With Lot, and you see how all those men surrounded him, they were very violent too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That lifestyle is a violent lifestyle on top of it being an abomination.
Yeah. Don't forget the Benjamites on them too when they rape and kill the sister.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Like that type of lifestyle you going into, it's you know what I mean, you could lose your life and you're seeing it.
That's
over
right.
a video game. Over a video game? Oh, come on, man.
Hey,
give me Romans 1. Game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, game over. Give me Romans 1 and 26.
Come on,
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like we have to know that, you know what I mean, going down this path, as Khan saying, there ain't no pot of gold at the other end.
Right.
Ain't nothing but death at the other end. You know what I mean? Like your oppressor, America, give you a TV show with a happy ending, and you think that that's going to be your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Give you movies with happy endings and think that's going to be your life. No, your life gonna be this.
Right.
Getting killed over a video game.
Right.
You know what I mean? With the man that you know for 10 years. You know what I mean? I can't even say lover. You know what I mean? It's crawling my blood.
Right.
Give me Romans 1 and 26.
Kawakan. Romans chapter 1, verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections.
This is a vile affection. And the Lord, He is not going to protect you in this type of lifestyle. Right? In this type of living. I want to say lifestyle because they're offended by the word lifestyle, by the way of living. The Lord is offended by the way of living.
Right.
Right? Come, read on.
Come. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
You understand? This whole transgender, you know what I mean? This whole, you know what I mean? What's his sister name, boy? What's her name? The rapper?
Young M.A.
Young Emmy. You understand? Like she changed the natural, you know what I mean, what she really supposed to be. That sister could be beautiful in a dress. But she gonna feel offended by what I'm saying. You understand?
Right.
When the Lord say, you know what I mean, you ain't supposed to do that.
Right.
Right? Read on.
Kawakan. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another.
Yes, the Lord saying, burn in their what?
In their lust toward one another.
In their lust. This is not love. This has nothing to do with love. This is a burning lust. This is something that, you know what I mean, you fighting to do.
Right.
You'll go protest to do. It's a burning lust. Read on.
Kawakan. Men with men working that
men with what?
Men with men working that which is unseemly and receiving
which
in
is
themselves.
Unseemly.
Kawakan.
You understand? Like the Lord, you know what I mean? They're trying to explain it the best way possible. You don't want to get all the way graphic with it because it's disgusting just to even think about.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
Kawakan. And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
And this is what this brother met. He met the recompense of his what? Of his error.
Right.
You understand? Now he dead laying in some funeral home, and now this other brother had to go where? To jail.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe for life. Who knows? So you get rid of two brothers.
Right.
You understand? Like, watch this. I know. People don't see this. This brother need help. He's screaming out for help.
Yep.
This brother is screaming out for help. Somebody molested this brother real bad.
That's right. That's right, Cap.
Salaki, sir, if I may.
Come on, man.
Come on. Shame to all you Christian black women that support this, that like this and laugh this and find these brothers being victimized to be hilarious. Shame on you for encouraging this sick behavior and this violent and deviant behavior, because you are the reason why this brother thought it was okay to continue in the lifestyle that the Lord says is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. And the Christian church are the main ones who allow this and laugh and push it on. And every black woman in the church gotta have a man best friend, gotta have the gay best friend. The party is not the party without the gay best friend. You're the reason why there's violence in the black community, because you pushed it and you encourage it instead of saying what the Bible says. And it's wrong, brother. You were victimized and you should get justice for it. And you shouldn't be like the person who victimized you. You should change. So like sir.
You're right. You understand? And any more on that?
On the end of the scripture, sir. That's
it.
Come.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? And anybody have anything else to say on this again, man? It's sad. It's real sad. You know what I mean? And the fact that we here, we talking about it, and your Christian woman, your Christian men, you understand, the LGBTQ, you understand, you're transgender, going to think we preaching hate. When we're preaching hate, we're trying to stop this from happening in the black community. We're trying to stop the molestation from happening in the black community. You understand? We're trying to stop it.
Right.
It's nigh on to a pandemic because you're seeing the result of it. You understand? And as Zach said, you know what I mean? Shame on you. You know what I mean? Who watched this and think this was entertainment when this brother was crying out for help.
Right.
He was crying out for help. And we failed. You failed him.
Right.
You understand?
So like I said, if I may, just one more thing. And this is the proof that the LGBT community is lacking in love. Because, if this grown man could have the gumption to take the life of a man that he's supposed to be in love with after 10 years, I can only imagine the many children who are defenseless that he violated in his time in his life. Like, it's really disgusting and shameful that we allow this. It's like you said, you watch these videos and you can see it. It's like this is a mental disorder. This is a serious demon that our people fighting with this in this LGBTQ community. And we try to follow after our oppressor, because the oppressor, he can live this lifestyle and be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company and have be a billionaire and have a pleasure island. And
because he could be on the Time magazine.
Yeah, the water, sir. He could be on the cover of the magazine, and live life however he sees fit, and he's praised for it. The Lord is trying to show blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're going to die if you follow after the oppressor. Come out of those Christian churches, because they teach the ways of our enemy, the ways of the devil, the Bible speaks of. Salaki, sir.
Salaki, if I can say one thing, because I was about to get off of it, but you said something that stuck out to me, brother. Like when you look at this lifestyle, I mean, like this whole death style that they live in, and you see how the violent and the way they are dying is gruesome. There are gonna be many other stories that we got in the pipeline with this LGBTQI. We're gonna put a spiritual magnifying glass on you now, since you want to cancel everybody. You offended on what everybody's saying, and we put the challenge out a while back. We said, okay, you say now you identify or you transition. You know, I want you to be transracial now. I want you to try that. Try saying that you would now identify as a gay white person, even though you're black. I want to see how that pans out in the rainbow LGBTQI community.
Right.
Don't just stop at gender, go all the way with it.
Right.
You say you're gonna be transracial, go all the way with it. And let's see how your gay white people accept you.
Right.
Let's see if they give you the same privileges. Because once again, the race card trumps all other cards.
Right.
Because it's the only card in the deck of life. So like you, Captain.
Yeah, you good. That's it. You're so right. You know what I mean? Anybody have anything else to say on this story?
No, sir.
If not, what's the next one? What's the next one we had lined up?
You know, if you want to talk about that brother from Louisiana that's running for Senate.
Yeah, we could touch on that.
Do you want to talk about the charitable Steve Harvey adopting a Kenyan woman? I don't know what you mean.
Man, you could pick one. I think we have time to get into one more.
We can do the Steve Harvey one. That's the wife, sir. Go ahead.
Ain't no problem with me. Go ahead. Steve
Might as
Harvey.
well end it with a 5 since we started with a 5. You know.
So like it, sir. American comedian Steve Harvey adopts Kenyan.
Tell Mara what number you're on so you can pull it up.
Water. That is 6. Number 6, sir.
All right, number 6.
American comedian Steve Harvey adopts Kenyan internet sensation Elsa Manjimbo. A celebrated American comedian and TV presenter, Steve Harvey has pledged support for Kenyan internet sensation Elsa Manjimbo. Harvey, who spoke on his Facebook Watch show where he hosted Manjimbo on Thursday, promised to help the 20-year-old comedian in every way possible to advance her career. I'm going to adopt you as my niece. I will give you my phone number. I don't care what you need. If you need anything, you need a place to go, you need some help, you need some advice, you want to talk to somebody, you call me. I'm serious. And I don't want to let anything happen to you, Harvey stated. Elsa, you got an uncle in the United States. Anytime you need something, Uncle Steve got you. And I'm going to give you all the advice you want. Harvey, 65, says the gesture is part of his aspiration to bridge the two worlds between Africans and African Americans, adding that whenever he visits Africa, he has never felt like a minority. It's been one of my main goals to bridge the gap between Africa and African Americans. If you've never been, you have to go. But you know what I love about it? It's the first time in my life that I wake up in the morning and I'm not a minority, Harvey said.
Yeah, son. I know. And this is the problem that we have in the Black community. You know what I mean? People who we so-called look up to, you know what I mean, to be a role model. Lo and behold, this is what they're doing. They're trying to not bridge the gap, but do a business deal right in front of your face.
Right.
This is all about money. This is all about money. This has nothing to do with what's her name? Elsa?
Elsa Manjimbo, sir.
Yeah. This is a business deal. I mean, but Black people, you know what I mean? Our leadership, this is what they're about: money.
Right.
Getting wealthy. Why we get poorer and poorer and get abused in the Black community. This is all he is thinking about. You understand? You telling me that all the money he have, he can't take that and go put it in the Black community for Black kids who really suffering and need it.
Right.
To go to school or to feed them. He has to go adopt a so-called African who's not one of us.
Right.
If I could,
you all want to jump in?
If I could, Captain, if I may, two things when I read the story, right? As I read the story, if you go down to the comments, one of the things that bothered me about the story is let me say this first before I forget it, right? Is that he said he never experienced racism in Africa. That's because your celebrity keep you immune.
Exactly.
That's why you don't experience the racism, Steve.
Right.
You don't experience it because people know you. Let an average Jake go there. Let an average brother go there. You're going to experience racism firsthand among other, people that you consider of your own, which are not of your own. You know what I'm saying? That's what's really going to happen. On top of that, if you read the comments at the bottom, people are praising Steve Harvey for what he did. You know what I'm saying? Praise him like a very highly esteemed move that he did. And it's like what you said, it really boils down to the dollars. Ain't nothing more. You know what I'm saying? Publicity.
Yep.
It looks good on paper. It looks good on film. It's like Steve Harvey was very charitable. And as you said, where's that for the black community?
Right.
He doing what Oprah would do, or like what Jay-Z would do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I got a scripture before if anybody wants to go into it before I have them read the scripture, if you don't mind.
Con, if I could say one thing, command keep giving love outside of it. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a strong nation if you keep giving love outside of it. And we always got to find a way to outsource our love.
Right.
That's one thing how you know that we the slaves. Like, he better keep his eye on Lori Harvey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he need to keep his eye on. That's what we need to be trying to give his attention to. Because last time I heard, she was buck wild out here in these streets.
Right.
With these rappers and stuff. You understand? So we need to be dealing with our own people. We got enough problems as it is. These Africans, they able to take care of themselves. They got plenty enough help themselves. Mm-hmm. We got to start taking our love and our care into these inner cities and into these dilapidated neighborhoods and things where our children are being destroyed, man. You understand? Right. All of this is just show business. You know what I'm saying? They using a nigga to get a showcase nigga like Steve Harvey to get up here. And, you from Ohio, you know what I'm saying? You got Cincinnati you can go to. You got Dayton. You got all them different cities that you can go to help some of them inner city kids, man. You can go all the way to Kenya or wherever the hell they went. It's a shame, man. It's a lot.
Or you could go to the Caribbean. You know
that's
what I
mean? right. Go to the Caribbean, right?
You know what I mean? Go to the Caribbean. You know what I mean? Like you going all the way. I will faster adopt a fly, Salakia. You know what I mean? I ain't adopting. Nah. You know what I mean? I respect him more if he adopt a fly or something. But to go adopt, say he adopting African,
right?
Like you tell me you going that's what you pushing. So now rich black folks, what they're gonna do? They're gonna adopt what Africans now? When the HBUs and them going in the trash, they need, you know what I mean? They need all the assistance they could get. But you trying to adopt an African. You understand? Right. And as I said, this is just a business deal because I think Elsa is she already is some big what I call that again?
Internet sensation. She's really big.
Yeah, internet sensation.
Okay.
So she is just, you know what I mean, that for viewership, you know what I mean, business deal. This has nothing to do, you know what I mean, with, you know what I mean, him loving Africans.
If I could too, sir, Africa ain't as poor as what you might think it is. They got large metropolitan cities throughout Africa. You know what I'm saying? They ain't in that much of a need. The people that are in that need, he don't want to go to and help. Like you said, in the Caribbean, there's plenty of brothers and sisters who need help, like Haiti, for instance, like Trinidad, like Bermuda and Bahamas, like the Cuba. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going there. You know what I'm saying? Right. He ain't going to Natchez. Right. He ain't going nowhere in Tampa. Mm-hmm. He ain't going nowhere up in Compton. But you go to Africa. Mm-hmm. Right. Like
and just
go ahead, Salaki.
Salaki, Captain Ash. But just to answer the sister, I don't know if I pronounced the name correct, Jacqueline Buggs, right? Where she says he has an inner city mentoring program. My son was part of it, right? That's all good. You understand? But what Christ said what? You remember what Christ said when the woman came and asked to heal her to heal her daughter?
Get
that from get that from her. You understand? What we saying here is he should never take any amount, not even a cent, 1 cent, and send it to Africa.
Right.
Not one. You understand? What he should, all his cents, all his dollars should be in a city to help black people, then black kids. It should be there. Not on TV supporting
and if I could
trying to support Africa.
And if I could,
go ahead, Kahan.
I'm always leery of these mentorship programs that they like. I understand that a lot of people, this is once again, it's people that have the good intentions, but they don't have the tools. That like they don't have the they can't, they're not able. Like Steve Harvey is going to make these children more of a slave. I just got to say it. Like, you know what I'm saying? They'll do better just writing a check and sending it to Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Because over here, we going to make those boys men.
That's right.
We going to make these women, those little girls, women. Because they don't, half of those kids, man, they try to brainwash them kids, man. I'm gonna just keep it real. There's tons of mentorship programs out here, but what are they really teaching them? What's something they teaching them how to tie a tie and you know and put on slacks? What are they showing them? Right. Are they giving them life skills? Are they teaching them their identity? That's how you mentor a child.
That's right. You're correct. You're so correct.
Who their God is. Their culture, and how to represent that. That is how you mentor a child, not by showing them how to, you know, go get a job or tie a tie or talk to the white man. That ain't how you mentor a child. All you're doing is making them, you know, you making them a better slave in this place, man.
Right.
That's right.
You understand? Like that ain't how you mentor a child. Nothing against the system, but I'm just showing you. I guarantee you, if we was to really evaluate his mentorship program, like most of these black celebrities, it ain't coming close to what God said how a child's supposed to be raised.
Right.
You understand? Because you can see how Lori Harvey is. Okay? Let's get real about it.
And kind of as you're saying, just judging by his example, by what you're seeing, you know them kids are getting taught nothing. You understand? No life skills whatsoever. You understand? Kazak, you have that scripture for me?
Kawakan, sir. Matthew chapter 15, verse 22. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is
and we know from this breakdown, right, that this was a so-called oppressor speaking to Christ, who was a black man, right? Read.
My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil, but he answered her not a word, and his disciples came.
Christ ignored her. You understand? Christ totally ignored her because he knew that this was not his people. He knew it. Right? Not like Steve Harvey and them, who wants to join us to these so-called heathens, to these so-called Africans. Right? Read on.
And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she crieth after us. But he answered and
his
said,
disciples came and said, send her away. Like a dog. Send her away. Let her go away. You understand? Because Christ was teaching his disciples, you know what I mean, don't go the way of the Gentiles. You know what I mean? Go where your brothers and them is. You understand? Read on.
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's right.
Then came
Right.
she and worshipped
And he said,
him.
what? I am not sent, but what? Unto the what?
I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
You understand? Christ ain't about this whole civil rights movement. That whole civil rights movement is totally against Christ and his movement. You understand? Read on.
Kawakab. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs.
You understand? Christ knew it. Steve Harvey ain't saying that. Steve Harvey is not letting his people accept their position in life. He's not doing it. But we go how to accept it when they call us niggers.
Exactly.
You understand?
Right.
Go ahead.
And remember, Steve Harvey, this is the same man that came out with the book, Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man. Now, how you going to mentor a boy when you tell him the girl to act like a woman and think like a man? When the boy is supposed to be thinking like a man.
Right.
So you switching the gender roles. See, we can do this all night, man. All this act like a woman, think like a man. And this is no different than what the NAACP did with Aquafina. You give your glory over to another nation. You can't do that. When you do that, you subjugate yourself. You bow down, like the scriptures say, that they may go over.
Right.
That's what you have going on. You understand? Like, you got enough issues in your community to deal with.
Right.
You understand? Enough issues in your community. And then, like I say it again, I'm gonna keep saying it. You just give the UPK the resources, because you're not equipped to do the job. Just send over, write the check, send over the resources to the I.S.U.P.K. under Command General Yohanna, and we'll take it from here.
Yep.
We'll take it from there. You don't have to. All you have to do is just send the resources, man. You understand? Because you sitting on a pile of money and you over there telling, the Kenyans or whoever that you would do this and do that for them, man. You understand?
Right.
Like, man, it's a shame. It's a crying shame, man. How much, you know what I'm saying, do we have to sit here and be destroyed, man? And I know you black women love Steve Harvey. You love Steve Harvey. You love the Tyler Perry. All of them are sellouts. All of them. You understand? Because they tell you what you want to hear. You understand? They tell you what you want to hear. They tell you that it's okay to love everybody. Well, look what loving everybody has gotten you. Huh? Over the last 50 and 60 so odd years.
Right.
You talking about since the civil rights movement. You understand? The children of Israel got out of the desert in 40 years. We passed due. It's been over 60 years with us. Following behind some dream. It's a crying shame, man. Well, Captain, I thought what you said was all the way right, man. You understand? We're going to stand on that. Steve Harvey was wrong. You understand? And all the rest of them other Negroes out there wrong also. They act like this, man. Salaki.
And Salaki, just to answer the sister one more time, right? Where she said, help us with our sons and daughters, right? Commander GEN.YAHANNA has been helping your sons and daughters.
That's right.
He has been helping it. He has schools all over United States, all over the earth, teaching blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians. He has been doing it with the minimal, resources that Steve Harvey has. You understand? He has been doing it. Now, we're not telling you not to send your son to Steve Harvey, whatever he has. We're not telling you. But don't expect your son to come back home with any type of knowledge of the Bible, with any type of knowledge on how to deal with society. You understand? Don't expect that. You understand? We're not telling you don't send him. We're not telling you that. What we're telling you is Steve Harvey, he has the resources, but he is giving it to the Africans, to these other nations. He's not putting it where it's supposed to be. You understand? He is not doing it.
Right.
Commander GEN.YAHANNA deserves all that money. He has Commander GEN.YAHANNA money in his pocket. He ain't paying tithes A.S.H.U.P.K.
Right.
You understand? All right? And that's all I had to say on the matter. This here is just, you know what I mean, Martin Luther King all over again. Go ahead.
If I could, just two things. What Khan said, it just brought this to my brain. In that Steve was sending the resources, at least one thing he can guarantee is that his investment will be well spent. His investment will be well spent in helping the right people for the right situation. You understand? Not like, as you said, sending it over there, you know? We got enough problems over here. If I could just get this one scripture, and I don't know, after that, if we'll wrap it up, it's up to you, Captain.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Get the Luke 16 and 15, Babu Shah.
Luke chapter 16, verse 15. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men.
And that's what Steve did. He went up, and as you can see in that video, he's doing this charitable thing to seem like he's doing the just thing, like the right thing, you know what I'm saying? But he did it before men, so that way he could look good, so that way he can shine. Go ahead.
Come on. But God knoweth your hearts.
But the Lord know his heart. The Lord know where he coming from.
Right.
Go ahead.
For that which is highly esteemed among men.
And that's what it is. He's hot, not just him, but like Oprah, like Martin, Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, all these brothers and sisters, Mark Anthony, Jennifer Lopez, you know what I'm saying, George Lopez, all of them. They got money like that, you know what I'm saying? They're highly esteemed among men, but here's what the Lord says.
Is abomination.
Is what?
Is abomination.
Is what?
Is abomination.
The Lord said it's an abomination. These highly esteemed brothers and sisters is an abomination. Go ahead.
In the sight of God.
And that's how the Lord look at him, an abomination, because as we clearly see, he'd rather go help the heathen. He'd rather go help them, just like how Oprah did. Y'all recall that show when Oprah gave brand new cars to everybody in her audience? While there's brothers and sisters who could use a ride, who ain't got the resources to get a ride.
I know, Salakia, Captain Ash. I mean to say, you give Commander GEN.YAHANNA them resources and you'll see.
Right.
You will see the difference in the black community, in the Hispanic and Native Indian community. You give Commander GEN.YAHANNA them resources. You come and pile your money, give him it, and you're going to see us change people's life.
Right.
You understand? We're going to change people's life. You telling me he can't go take his money? I don't care if it's $10. Take it and go put it in Haiti or give Commander GEN.YAHANNA.
That's right.
Go get some Haitian child and bring her across here and you be an uncle to them.
Right.
You understand?
That's right.
Like you still, and that's why, you know, I mean, the Bible is so real when Christ said he can't take, it's not meat for him to take what he has and give it to these heathens.
Right.
It's not meek.
Come on.
So I shall continue on.
And here's one thing that Steve Harvey failed to realize. Africans got Akon. Africans got Israel Elba, right? Africans, what's that dude name that they did that Jordan Peele horror flick?
I don't know
that African who did
Daniel Kaluuya.
Daniel Kaluuya. That other African that did that Star Wars flick.
Right.
Like they got famous people among them that could take care of them. And guess what? They doing that.
Right.
Like Akon went back to his country and set up solar panels everywhere.
Yep.
Why Steve Harvey didn't go into the hood and set up solar panels everywhere?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead, he put his resources over there. Like Captain GEN.YAHANNA and you say, he should give the resources here. He should give the resources to Commander GEN.YAHANNA because at least that investment will get spent the right way. You know what I'm saying?
So like if I could.
Go ahead.
And I can tell you why they won't give the resources here. Because of pride and because they want the glory. You understand? They don't want, let me tell you something, man. These people do not want this nation to get put back together.
Yep.
I mean, you know what, like I've seen these churches say manhood. Let me tell you something. I didn't learn about manhood until I understood brotherhood.
Right.
That's
and
right.
I understood that through Christ.
That's right.
You understand? And like having all, let me tell you something. You know how many mentorships there's out here? The Boy Scouts got mentorships.
Exactly.
And they in there molesting boys.
Yep.
You understand? Let me tell you something. You can do all these things and not have the Holy Spirit, and the breath would not come back into this nation, brothers and sisters.
Right.
It would not happen. You understand? All your resources, all the king's horsemen and all the king's men, it won't work. Because why? You have all these things that you have, you don't have the Holy Spirit, and you don't have the authority from the Lord. You wonder why the Pharisees and Sadducees had Christ crucified? Because Christ didn't have all the resources they had, but he was able to heal the sick without health care. He was able to feed the poor without welfare. He was able to do all these things that they had the resources to do, but he did it without that. He did it with the power of the Most High in Christ. And guess what happened? They hated him for it. You understand? Everybody wants the position of being in charge, but the Lord appointed one man. That's Commandant GEN.YAHANNA.
That's right.
That's right.
You understand? That's the one man who the Lord appointed, who's telling our people, waking our people up according to the Bible. Let me tell you something. Whether you give it to us or not, the Lord gonna give us the power to put this nation back together again. And you're gonna see it. And you watch what Steve Harvey says when it happens. You watch what these people say. They ain't gonna say that's a good job. They're gonna say, if we leave these people alone, they're gonna take our place.
Yep.
That's
It's gonna be the same way. The same way they hated Christ and disciples, it's gonna be the exact same thing. Salaki.
If I could, they more than likely saying that now. They more likely saying that now, it's a lot, Captain. But on top of that, we gotta remember, wasn't Steve Harvey the one that said something about slavery? What was the quote he said?
He said that that slavery happened years ago or something like that. Like you can't. I forget what he said.
He said I forgot. He said I don't give a damn about slavery.
Yeah, look at that.
That's what he said.
He said that. That's his exact words.
Now he gonna mentor. Now hold on. This person, see, you black women, we love our sisters, but you want a person that says we don't give a damn about slavery to a white woman to tell her to say that we don't give a damn about slavery, and he gonna mentor your children. Watch how your son turn out.
Yep.
And I mean that in all sincerity.
Yep.
Watch how he turns out for a man that says I don't give a damn about slavery.
Hey, he's terrible. He's terrible at giving advice on that strawberry letter. Like, what makes you think he got the right plan for young black youth? He can't even give advice. The proper advice. He shouldn't be giving advice. Period.
Right.
Period. That's why the Lord said the highly esteemed is an abomination.
Right.
Unto him. You know what I'm saying? Steve Harvey. Go ahead, sit down, Kevin. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say now you understand why he loves the African, because he just said he don't give a damn about slavery. So of course he gonna love, the African and these other the oppressor and these other nation. You understand?
That's right.
So it's his actions speaking loud.
It's like if I may,
sir.
Sir.
If I may, the water. If I may. He said that during Black History Month. I mean, that's that's like the only thing that black people in the world, blacks and Hispanics, that's what we all, stick to in the world. Like that's like our you pushing all your worries away during Easter holidays. Then after the holidays is over, then you go and you celebrate Martin Luther King birthday, and then after that is Black History Month. He said that during Black History Month. Like that shows that he don't give a damn. Like just like y'all said, which is so heavy, if I may. Where's Steve Harvey from? I don't even know, but he didn't adopt nobody from his neighborhood.
Right.
He didn't adopt nobody from his city, period. His state. Not, he went all the way over to a whole nother country. And if I may, him doing that with that sister, with that heathen, that's more than likely some is more about money, and I can guarantee you it's some type of sexual lust in there with Steve Harvey and that girl, man. All them It just don't make sense. It don't make sense why you had to adopt her. She's like already known. So what was the point? You know, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
So.
Yep, you're correct. Yeah. Kazaki was going to say something.
Yeah, Kawaka, sir. What Officer Mirage just said is so heavy, sir. And if I may, I want to get a precept, if I could, real fast, sir. 2 Timothy, Kawaka, sir. 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 6. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Like sir, if I may, Steve Harvey, his majority of his base are Christian black women. And the program that he has is no different than a damn Boys and Girls Club, than a damn YMCA and the Boy Scouts. And it's like, okay, do any of those boys have Steve Harvey's number? Like, he was so quick to give this African woman his number. Do any of those boys have his number? What is the rate for the boys that go through Steve Harvey's mentoring program, which that whole mentor and mentee, those words come from the homosexual Greek culture, when the philosophers or the men of renown would take boys underneath them and they will give them knowledge in exchange for them boys being their sex slave. And so that whole spirit of mentor mentee, I wouldn't be surprised if within this group of brothers right here, you have more brothers that are going to kill each other over a video game that were so-called lovers. Because I wouldn't be surprised if abuse is all throughout this whole thing they got going on, because Steve Harvey is not a man of the Lord. And the thing is, the counsel that he's given, it sounds good to silly women, but when in all actuality, like Captain Kahan, you said, like, you can't have manhood without brotherhood. And Steve Harvey lacks brotherhood. He told black people in Black History Month, like Officer Mirage said, I don't give a damn about slavery. This nigga couldn't give a damn about black people. So just imagine what he's teaching. He's not teaching manhood, nor is he teaching brotherhood. He's teaching our people to be just as disgusting and destroyed as he is. So like
if I could.
Go ahead, Khan.
Look, the black woman wouldn't need a mentorship program if she had a black man in the house.
Right.
A lot of these once again, if you listen to what Commander GEN.YAHANNA say, you will have a majority of these women that send these kids to this mentorship program are single black mothers. Let's just get that out in open. Let's just stop right there. Because see, now we about to hit home tonight. A lot of these women don't know how to keep a man.
Right.
You done ran him out the house, and then now you gonna go to somebody prominent like Steve Harvey and say he gonna teach him how to be a man.
Right.
But if you would have listened to Commander GEN.YAHANNA and the I.S.U.P.K, you would have a good man in the household, and you would need to send him to a mentorship program.
That's right.
You understand? See, you don't really want to go. You don't really see. We gonna get surgical with this.
Right.
On Blackwatch News, we get surgical in the UPK. We'll go all the way there, so we get to the root of it.
Now you're so right. I was going to hit that point, but you hit it, Kahan, which is so right. Like you seeing the whole room filled with what? With black women, and then the kids on the other side. Then you know what? You know what I mean? And then to him think that Steve Harvey could say this and still fill a room of black people.
Exactly.
Like disrespect us like that and still fill a room with black people.
Right.
No. Oh, hell no.
Right.
I mean, something wrong. And that's Christianity in it right there in a nutshell for you. You know what I mean? You all anything to say again? The time is on. What's the time now?
Like I said, it's 11:30, sir.
I'm good, Captain.
You good?
Wow, sir.
Asha, anything?
No, I mean, I'm gonna leave it alone because the times, but with some other things I wanted to bring out.
Come
but
on, you can hit on it if you want.
No, just real quick. I don't know if y'all heard about what Ms. McConnell said, right?
No.
About black voters. Y'all haven't heard? Well, I'm gonna read it real quick. There's a reporter from the Latino Rebels, right? It says this in this article from The Independent. It says Mitch McConnell caused many jaws to drop on Twitter when he responded to a question from a journalist about concerns of voters of color. The Senate Minority Leader was speaking alongside members of Republican leadership at a press conference on Wednesday evening when he was asked by Latino Rebels correspondent Pablo Manriquez about his message to voters afraid that without voting access protection that would be in place if Democrats' voting rights legislation were to pass, they will be unable to vote. And his response was, he said, his response, this is what he said. I'm gonna just get to what he said. He said, Black Americans are voting in just as high percentage as Americans. Like, he made a clear separation of Americans and Black Americans. You know what I'm saying?
Understand? Which lets you know they know.
Thought it was easy to vote.
Yeah.
This is
Kazak. You have anything to bring out? Anything to say?
Lie, sir.
Oh, this is what he's saying here?
Yes, sir. I can hear it. You can hear it.
Effort to federal.
Now, what's your message for voters of color who are concerned that without the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, they're not going to be able to vote in the midterm?
Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans. A recent survey, 94% of Americans thought it was easy to vote. This is not a problem. Turnout is up, biggest turnout since 1900. It's simply, they're being sold a bill of goods to support a democratic effort to federalize elections. As Senator Blunt pointed out, this goes back 20 years. The excuses change from time to time. But this has been a Democrat.
That was it. I just wanted to just point that out, that this man know a clear distinction between who Black folks are and who Americans are. Black man, Hispanic, Latino man. Do you know your side? Because obviously Mitch McConnell know what team he's on. Black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Do you know what team you belong on? You know what I'm saying? Like, we should not be voting. Point blank, plain and simple. We got a leader. He was already chosen from us, for us. You're saying we don't have to worry about who's in the Senate seat, who's in charge. The Lord already gave us somebody. His name is Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
That's right.
Christ, a black man, by the way. A black man. You know what I'm saying? He like unto you, brother. Like unto you, sister. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to worry about voting in America. We clearly see America don't give a damn about no black and brown. They care about Asians and LG. How you say it, Captain Gunn? LG what?
It run out of alphabets. LGBTQI, LMNOP.
Yep. Like,
all that.
America care about all those things, but black and brown people, America don't give a damn about us. We gotta thank the Most High in Christ that at least our God gives a damn about us. So much so, we established the I.S.U.P.K under command of GEN.YAHANNA. That's real love. We talk. We got the illusion of American love when America don't love you, black man.
That's real mentorship, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Damn right, Captain.
You know what I mean? Mariah, you have anything to bring out? Tawada. Mariah, you good? I think you're on mute.
Oh, yeah, Salaki, I was on mute. No, I'm Tawab, sir.
Okay. So with that, we're gonna end the show, right? Hey, Kahan, you know here you normally do your you know what I mean, your big ups.
Oh, you already know, man. Hey, look, I.S.U.P.K. Hey, look, we ain't number one. We the only one, man. If you know we right, you need to hit like. If you really care, you need to hit share. You know what I'm saying? We number one all the time. UPK, the tip of the spear, commanding General Yahanna. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. Check in with the general. He sets the tone for this nation, man. Need to be paying your tithes, sending your donations. We got the Passover coming up this year. It's gonna be in Cocoa Beach, Florida. April the 15th. You know what I'm saying? Passover. Man, you want to come down there, make your reservations now. Go ahead and I think we booked on the rooms already. So go ahead and make your reservations. You can get a hotel room, man. Make your flight reservations, all of that, man. Continue to support all these brothers and sisters in this school, man. If you looking for a camp leader, go to I.S.U.P.K. Check out our city list. Whatever region you in, check that out, man. Link up with us, man, and let's build this thing the right way. Let's build it the way Christ said to build it, man. I.S.U.P.K. The water cap.
That's right. It's like Captain Carl. One thing, if I could, real quick, what you said was spiritual. Even though you said tomorrow, you know, and you gave the times of the radio show, but that shows you in spirit. You know, our leader, Commanding General YAHANNA, works tirelessly and effortlessly for his nation. That's the
right.
level of love that's unheard of and unseen on the planet Earth for Black people.
Right. That's right.
That's right. Damn right.
I mean, Shalom Akim.
Shalom.
I mean, Shalom.
I.S.U.P.K. 53rd Annual Lord Passover.
53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida.
It's going down.
You're here tonight to get a chance to be righteous enough to be worthy of God coming to save you.
That's right. It's going down. The Lord's 53rd Annual Passover.
When we say we no cowards, we talk that business. We no cowards up in here.
Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the IHG Hotel, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926. Here's a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord.
Y'all see this?
Control your dishes, pots, and sports knives.
I kind of like this. This is like an apartment room and a hotel room. You know what I mean? Yeah.
This here right here is about to be holy ground. This is going to be holy ground. All our beautiful, wonderful brothers and sisters from all over the world. You understand? We can boast that now. Brothers and sisters coming not only from every state, but from all over the world. I heard the numbers this year is ridiculous. We had to buy out the whole hotel.
Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
My camp undefeated. You cannot debate. You just want the clout. We just want the grace. I'm just trying to get it.
This is going to be glorious.